Hi everyone, welcome to Let's Celebrate TV Live. I'm your host, Peter Lee. With me, as always, is the whole team here making this all happen. There's the cameraman, the producers, the directors, tech people, and guess what? It's all rolled up into one person. He's my husband, Phil Gordimer.
And good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. And I hope we are sounding a little different today. We have done a little work in our studio over the holidays, and we are no longer using radio wire mics. We have shotgun mics mounted in the ceiling. So let us know. We may have to tune it a little bit, so it may be a little bit echoey, but hopefully it'll be a lot clearer and you can hear us a lot better.
All right. Today, we're starting out a little lighter. I've been a little under the weather, so I haven't been doing many cocktails lately. So we're going a little light today. We're having a pear martini. We've done pear martini a couple times. There we go. Shall I deliver this to you, dear, or can you?
Give me 1 second to put the pear martini in the chat.
Okay.
And I will be right there.
Very good.
Control-C.
Very good. So today, it's very exciting. It's all about my favorite breakfast in the entire world. It's all about French toast.
Okay, I'm coming.
But first, clink. Cheers.
So
That's good.
right about there,
Okay, stop
you
giving
can't
away all
see
of our
it.
secrets. Next, they'll be showing our bank cards and social security numbers. All right, go away. Thank you, dear. All right. So, all about French toast. Now, do you have any other PSAs or announcements or anything else before I just dive?
No, I don't
We're all good.
think so.
Okay. Very good. All right. Let's get going. You've all been here with French toast. You all know what it is, right? French toast. It's bread dipped in a nice eggy custard, fried usually. But it's not always a good thing. It really isn't. Now, when Phil and I are home on the weekends, like this time of year when we're home, we do diner tour breakfast because we live in New Jersey, the diner capital of the country. So we try and go to a different diner almost every weekend. And if it's a new place, we both gauge them by certain things. I always get French toast with a side of sausage, and he always gets cream chip beef. Now, those are two diner staples that you can't mess them up. So if you do, you've got bigger problems. And that's how we will rate a diner the first time we go there. Now, we do give them a chance. Everyone has an off day, but that's usually our benchmark.
Right, so we'll try the French toast and the chip beef. Now, the reason I use chip beef is that, at least on the East Coast, there are only two makers of commercially canned cream chip beef, and I know the taste of both of them. Yep. I can spot them in a second. So now I know when the diner has already made it. If it was mediocre, then we'll give them a second shot. If on the second shot we've ordered whatever we want and it's still not good, then they're off our list. But we've done about 80 diners. Now there are 1,700 diners
at least
in New Jersey.
So you're probably wondering, how can you screw up French toast? I mean, come on. But we've all been there. You've gone to the diner, you've ordered French toast. Maybe it came out like this, where the egg was really overcooked and it's all eggy tasting. Or it's barely cooked on one side. Maybe like this one, you have a big glob of white where they didn't mix it through. It's kind of soggy. You break into it and it's just plain icky bread inside. There's no custard, there's no flavor. It's just, ugh. Excuse me.
Oh, evidently I need to be quieter because Hank said he already found the numbers on the dark web.
That's awesome. Let's get rid of that nasty, icky French toast. Let's talk about a really good French toast, but let's talk about French toast for a minute. My notes. A little bit of history. French toast can be traced back to, believe it or not, 14th century Germany. Yes, dear, I know. I'm looking at you too. I know. I gotta look at the camera over there. Really? This is not my first time. But I'm trying to include you too. So yeah, anyway, he's over here off camera pointing like, Yeah, 14th century Germany. So it's kind of interesting that it goes back so far to that concept of making a custard of some sort or dipping in an egg and then frying it, whatever bread they used. There are versions of it from all over the world. Here in America, we generally make it with eggs and cream or milk. But not everywhere does it that way. Sometimes there's no egg. Sometimes it's eggs and honey. It's all kinds of combinations. Not all of them are fried, which was very interesting. Some of them are baked. So we've seen some bad. I'm going to show you how I'm going to make my French toast. Tina asks, why is French toast so hard to make if it's overcooked on the edges or undercooked in the middle? Okay, so we're going to talk about that. What you want, in my humble opinion, for French toast is a little crispy on the outside, but custardy on the inside. You want it soft. You don't want dry, crumbly bread. But you can achieve that and have it cooked all the way through. We're going to start with some eggs. We'll do 6 eggs. Right in our bowl. Now I thought about having this all mixed up for you ahead of time, and I thought, what fun is that? Let's do this live. Let's experiment live and see what happens.
What could go wrong?
Exactly.
Chicken comes out of the egg.
Now, I'm doing something that I should never ever do, and neither should you, really. I'm cracking these right into the bowl. And you shouldn't do that for 2 reasons. 1, you might get shell in there that you'll have to fish out later. And 2, what if you get a bad egg? I've had that happen. That 1 in a million eggs that happens to be bad, and then of course there's nothing you can do. You have to throw the whole lot out. But I think today we're fine. And there goes an eggshell on the floor. Oh well. I like to add a little half and half. You could use milk, but I like to make it a little more rich, a little luscious. This is just a classic everyday French toast. This is not like my special French toast, but this is regular. So, low vanilla. I like to add a little bit of brown sugar, about that much. I don't know, tablespoonish-ish. Some cinnamon. Again, whatever looks good. Teaspoon or so. We'll just kind of eyeball it. That was lucky. I was expecting the whole bottle of cinnamon to fall into the batter. And I like to add a splash of real maple syrup. Real, pure maple syrup, not the chemical pancake syrup. The real stuff. And, believe it or not, don't clutch your pearls. I can sense you're going to. We're going to add a little salt. Just a little. Why are we adding salt? Pete, you're making that sweet. What are you doing? That's going to balance out that sweetness and bring all the flavors together. You don't need a lot. So we'll just whisk this up.
All right, so while you're whisking, let's let's see who's here.
Yep.
Let's put me back on here.
Yes, please.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Hank's in.
Yay, Hank. Happy
Says
New Year
it's
to you.
Raining in Arizona. Yes, it
Oh.
does rain in the desert.
Awesome. It's raining here, too. It's rather iffy.
And Suzanne from Florida Space
Yay.
Coast.
Hi, Suzanne. Always good to see you. Happy New Year.
All right, so everyone who's watching is watching on YouTube.
No
We don't have
Facebookers?
any Facebookers today. Well, it's early.
Yeah, that's true.
And we started out a little late. We had a little technical snafu.
Yeah. All right. So let's get that all mixed, all combined. I'm going to turn that up just a little bit. Let's talk bread. Since this is a breakfast version of regular French toast, you can use white bread or brioche. That's what we'll use now. We'll use the brioche. And we'll talk about breads for French toast later because the bread is what makes it. But there's nothing I hate more when I go to a diner and order the French toast, and what happens? I get what I showed you. I break it open and it's dry, crumbly bread. It doesn't taste like anything but overcooked eggs. Ugh. And then it's annoying because it's like, I'm paying $13.99 for this? Really? Come on. Now the trick is, for French toast, you have to let it soak through the bread. You can't just do a quick dunk, because then you have no flavoring on the inside. It really doesn't take very long. You don't have to super saturate it, but you want it soaked up. Now, let's put some butter down on this griddle.
Do you have to use a griddle?
You don't. You can use a non-stick frying pan. I would definitely use non-stick. Though you don't have to. You could use, with enough butter in it, or regular, whatever you have. I just find non-stick is safer. All right, shake off the excess, and right on there. And you want this pretty high. I mean, this is like 325, 350, so you want it warm. You don't want it scorching hot, but you want it a good temperature. So you get that little sizzle. Lovely. And yes, using my impeccably clean hands. Best kitchen tools in the entire world. Wipe
Okay,
that
only
off.
3 pieces. I mean, that's mine. What are you having?
I'm going to have something else later. Wait till you see. You don't know what I have planned, mon petit. So I like to use butter. You could use olive oil. If you absolutely had to, you could use a cooking spray, but I don't think it's going to taste as good. Not for this application. Carol says, I make French toast every Sunday. Excellent. I usually have it every Saturday. But, this is a breakfast application. You want it a little on the sweet side. And I think butter will lend a flavor better. Now I know some of you are wondering, how do I know when to flip it? See, I'm listening. The sizzling has died down, so let's check that first piece. Flip. Lovely. Golden. And we can flip again.
Do I see some white spots in there?
No.
Oh, okay. Looks like it from here, from the camera.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. It's all good, mon petit.
Aiden says he only gets French toast when he goes out for breakfast,
All right.
so you don't make it.
Yeah, I tend to get it out at diners. I don't make it at home very much. Because it's usually just the two of us. Though, I did make it over the holidays. As we were preparing for this program. So we just let this go until the eggs are cooked and we get a nice golden brown. Takes just a few minutes.
So let us know in chat your favorite type of French toast or what you want to put on it. Or if you have a restaurant or diner you go to that makes the best French toast, tell us what it is.
Yep.
Ooh, this person has stuffed French toast.
We had stuffed fresh toast once, and they had cream cheese and fruit. It was delicious. Yeah, I've made that. It can be a little tricky, but it is delicious. And that's one of the things I love about French toast is it is so versatile. You don't have to have it like in this way. Yeah, everyone thinks, oh, French toast, breakfast. Fry it up, pour some maple syrup on it, done. Or the dreaded powdered sugar. Yes,
Or
dear.
breakfast.
Right. Yes, dear. Actually, I have a tickle now. So let me have a sip cocktail. Now, of course, we've been practicing with this darn griddle all week, right, dear? Today, it's like, nope, I'm not going to cook.
So turn it up.
It's all the way up. Just because we're on camera.
Well, it is a little chilly down here compared to upstairs.
Maybe. That's better. Yeah, there we go. Let's move that over to the other one.
Oh, okay, I see what's happening. It's the reflection of the stage
Yes.
lights.
Yeah, dear.
Okay.
It's all good. It's all good. But if you did have a little tiny white where the white didn't mix through, it's not the end of the world. It's just that, when you get in with the big globs of egg white that aren't cooked because the cook in the diner was too lazy to mix it, then ugh.
Now this is fun because we've done this.
I like making French toast with things other than bread, like banana bread, croissants, cookies, silly fun. Yes, and that's what I was saving that story for later, but I can tell you now. We made I made French toast with croissants over the holiday weekend. Now, they weren't very good croissants, so it wasn't that good of an experiment, but I'm going to keep working on it because I think with a better croissant, it would have been.
And then we were going to try, rather than using egg and milk, we were going to use
What were we going to use?
eggnog.
Oh, yes, that's you're right. Eggnog, yeah. But our friends who were with us don't drink eggnog, and they were a little upset
Well,
when
they
I
don't know what's
suggested that.
good.
Well, I know, dear, but come on. All right, let me get a new plate. Nice and golden. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Do. And one from me.
Oops, hit the right
What?
button.
Yeah, really.
Oh, Suzanne says eggnog sounds really, oops, wrong screen. There we go. Eggnog
Eggnog
sounds
sounds-
really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get some more and try it maybe next weekend because they're still doing eggnog in the stores. All right, we'll go classic. A little drizzle of real maple syrup.
Real maple syrup.
Yes.
Shall we regale the blue story?
So our friends, Lance and Ken, I hope you're watching, boys, because you're on TV. Was it last summer he brought that?
It was summer over camp.
Yeah. But was it last summer or the summer before?
No, it's August.
This past summer. All right. So Ken came up and stayed with us for a weekend, and he brought Captain Crunch Blue Pancake Syrup. The most revolting product I have ever seen in my 55 years on this planet. And he said it was delicious. But it's one of those things that it got everywhere, all over everything in my kitchen up at camp. Shall I deliver this for you, dear?
Yes, please.
Okay, excuse me. So yeah, blue pancake syrup. The color of Phil's shirt. Here you go.
Yum, yum, yum. Back to you, Bob.
Thank you, Bob.
Ooh,
Happy too.
lots of syrup there, dear.
Not really.
I got a puddle of syrup.
Well, a lot for you. So let's break into
It
this.
is a lot for me.
So my bread is soft inside, custardy, but it's fully cooked. And that's what you want. Sometimes, if you don't cook it long enough, it will be underdone inside.
It's definitely custardy.
That's quite good. There's some crispiness on the outside. It's hot through. I'm getting all those flavors on the inside. Very, very good.
Hank says he makes his in the oven with real maple syrup.
Oh, sure. Still looking for any local diners or breakfast places that I like. Well, that's a great way to test the diner's mettle. It's how they do French toast.
We actually have a database that we keep
Yeah,
called the
we
Jersey
do.
Diner Tour.
Yeah.
And every time we go visit a new diner, we enter them in. We rate them on 1 to 5 on the French toast and the cream chip beef, and then with a category statement that says, let's try it again, or we're
Yeah.
done.
And even if we're out of state, like when we go see Lance and Ken, there are diners out on Long Island, and if it's someplace new, we'll put it in case we don't like it. So that's a classic easy French toast, and you can do so much with that. Just this egg custard here, which is really all this is, eggs and milk. Is French toast the same thing as a pan pardue? Yes, and pardon my French is terrible. So yeah, that's just the French name for it, and a lot of times chefs will call it pan pardue and make it this, go fancy and chefy on it. You know, they'll do, and we're going to get into that in a little bit. But yeah, they will go crazy things. You may have seen on some of the TV shows where the chef doesn't know what to do in the competition, so he says, "Oh, I'll make a pan pardue with oysters and bacon and whatever," and crazy stuff. But it's essentially French toast. So what else could you do with French toast? How about a sandwich? And I don't mean just plain old sandwich. let's make a Monte Cristo, my other favorite. It's Monte Cristo. Monte Cristo is a sandwich, breakfast, brunch, lunch. It's a form of a breakfast sandwich called a croque monsieur. Now, croque monsieur is ham and brioche bread, and there's this wonderful sauce, and it's usually grilled. Sometimes it's served open face, sometimes not. It's served this wonderful bechamel sauce. Sometimes they'll put a fried egg on it and call it a croque madame. So it's something similar to that. It's an offshoot. So if croque monsieur was the mother sandwich, then the Monte Cristo is a daughter of that, or son, if you must. So we're going to start out. Again, we'll use brioche. You could use white bread. You can use whatever bread you want. Though I saw a chef on TV recently, and she made her version of French toast that she only makes when her husband and family are away, and it's her special treat, and I think really it's because it was revolting. She used whole wheat, like 27 grain whole wheat bread. I'm not a big fan of whole wheat bread to begin with, and I don't know.
But you do like your rocks and twigs bread.
I do, but not as French toast. And it was a sweet, like I just made, like a classic French toast, but with this, I don't know. It just didn't look appealing to me. Anyway, this is a sandwich that has turkey and ham and Swiss cheese, or you could use Emmentaler or some of the others that are Gruyere would be nice. We're going to use the exact same egg custard I made earlier. I have some beautiful ham here. Beautifully off the bone ham.
Virginia ham.
Yep. Some recipes call for putting mayonnaise or mustard in. You could. I'm not going to today. Sometimes I do. Use a couple slices of ham. Oops. No one saw that.
I saw that.
And turkey. I have some, hopefully it's lovely turkey. It looked nice earlier. Yeah. Just from your deli.
I thought it was just ham and Swiss.
Nope. Some recipes do that, but most classic Monte Cristos are ham and turkey. But again, this is one of those recipes that there are a million variations. When I was researching it, I mean, there were things out there where people used just ham or just turkey. They didn't use Swiss cheese. They used pepper jack cheese. So really, the whole idea of it is it's a grilled sandwich in French toast. And you can take it in whatever direction by changing the cheese, changing the bread, changing the insides. All right. Oh, this is lovely. So it's perfect. This will be hopefully nice and melty. That's what we want.
Hide the Swiss cheese. I heard Ken's coming.
I know. Our friend Ken has a little obsession with Swiss cheese. Now I'm actually, let's give this another little whisk. Make sure it's nice and combined. I'm going to dip this entire sandwich as is. I know. I know. Messy and wonderful. Another bit of butter.
Now it looks like it's hot.
It was hot before, dear. It's been on for like 2 hours. All right. Right on. And we're going to let this go. I'm not going to play with it because I want that all to cook. I want that cheese to start to melt. I want it to get hot all the way through. And it's going to take a few minutes for it to get there.
All right, well then while you're cooking, let me do my my shtick.
Do you have a shtick today?
I
Do you have a
do.
site or something to show
Yes,
them?
I do.
You
Hold
do?
on.
Oh, we haven't done that in a while.
We did it last one,
Well, that was a few weeks ago.
but hold on. Let me first put it in chat.
Okay.
Oh, we have also talked about the boozy orange toast coins.
Yeah, I was going to get to that, but okay.
Okay, hold on.
Shall I do that while you're
Yeah, why don't you do that? It'll give me a second to get this.
All right, so what Phil is referring to, if you've been a long time watcher, you know, we did an episode, there it is, Boozy Orange French Toast Coins. And it's a pretty popular recipe, and whenever I make it, it's certainly popular. It's just my little take on French toast to make it different. And of course, it has booze in it, so it's always popular up at camp. All right, come on now.
Let's turn that off. Turn that
off.
one on. You keep talking, I'm not ready.
All right, I thought you would have had that all set up. But
I did, but...
Ooh, look at that. I think, though, in a diner, their griddles probably get a little hotter than mine does right now, but that's okay.
All right, so now let me go here. So, close that screen, Supersource, laptop, and fill. Okay, so as you all know, I like to feature small YouTube cooking channels and crafting channels because we know how hard it is. So today, I want to introduce you to Pepper Tree Villa. This is Arnie and Doug, and they've been at this since about 2016. And rather than being just cooking, they're a little bit of everything. They're cooking, they're crafts, they're reviews. But what I find really fun is their live streams. And I have lots of videos, as you can see. They just did cheap chicken sandwiches the other day, which I thought was hysterical. And they might have a little obsession with Christmas trees. But what really, really makes their channel fun is their live streams. It's called PTV Live, and they do it with 2, 4, 6, sometimes more people, and they do crafts and cuisine and culture. Now, I'm kind of stretched thin right now because I'm watching over 200 channels, so I don't get there much, but I try to at least get a half an hour on their live streams here and there, and they're a bunch of fun. They have a Facebook page, they have an Instagram. But more importantly, they are at 496,000 views. They only need 4 more thousand views to get to 500,000. So check them out. Their link is in the description for this video. I've also just put it in chat. Go over to Pepper Tree, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Tell them you came from Let's Celebrate TV, and let's see if we can help these guys get to their 500,000 views. Back to you, Bob.
Yay, back to me. All right, this is about done, I do believe. I hope that cheese is getting melty in there.
Give it a bit.
Yeah, well, a couple more minutes. I don't want to burn the eggs either. So, yeah, this is another version of what you can do with French toast. And if you're ever in a restaurant and they have this, I recommend ordering it, especially it makes a nice brunch or lunch. And it's just something wonderful because you get the sweet and the savory all together.
So yeah, Hank agrees with me. Cream chip beef can be great. Yeah, we get it. I get it over biscuits if they have that option. But yeah, at least on the East Coast, there's a major supplier called Cisco that just about all the restaurants use, and they have a canned one. And I know that taste. I can spot it. It's not even a case of it's a metal taste. It's a very sweet taste. But yeah.
Well, and you know, to me, having worked in the industry, again, that's one of those things. If you can't make a good cream chip beef, then you really don't need to be in the diner business. It's like one of the easiest things to do. I mean, even if you just follow the directions on the package of dried beef, it's not rocket science. All right, I can't wait. I'm pulling this. Give it a moment to rest.
Cut it open and see how gooey it is.
Yeah, well, it's very, very hot. I want to give it just a moment. But I do like this new griddle you bought me for Christmas, dear.
Yay. Some people get mad when their spouses buy them things for their kitchen for a holiday and say, how dare you? Not him.
Not me.
So I guess I'll be buying a second one of these for camp.
Probably.
So you can keep track of which one's in what kitchen.
Probably. There we go. Had to have more cheese on there, it would be meltier, but it's nice and melty. Hot all the way through. Let me give it a taste. That's really good. I love that. Like I said, you can add mustard, mayonnaise, barbecue sauce, whatever you want to put else flavorings in there. Normally, too, this would be served with maple syrup over it. But I'm not going to bother. I also live in Jersey, so I agree that most Jersey diners do it well. Yeah, most of our diners do an okay job with it. But there are a few that they just can't get it right.
I think you were bringing this up as a discussion point, but I'm going to hit it anyway.
For me, it's not about the French toast, but about the toppings. Skip the syrup and make your own fruit compote. Yes, that was actually next on my list. What do we do toppings with on French toast? Classically, of course, it's maple syrup or the ever-dreaded powdered sugar that they put on everything, which looks pretty, but I don't care for it. But yeah, fruit is another big alternative. I have a little... I kind of forgot it was back there. I stewed up some blueberries. I made this little blueberry compote, which is nice to have on French toast or pancakes. What is it? It's just some blueberries, pinch of salt to get their juices going. I boiled them down, and then I added a cornstarch slurry so they would thicken up.
What about sugar?
Nope, no sugar. They were sweet enough. If they weren't, you could add a pinch of sugar. But in this case, I didn't need to. Where is... Nice and thick. And luscious. So that's always one. And you can do this with any type of berry. You could do it with raspberries, with strawberries, blackberries, blueberries, whatever you can find. And you can serve it at room temperature. You can keep it warm.
Okay, I think I got a stumper for you.
All right. Why can't I use pancake batter to soak the toast in? Because it's something different. Pancake batter makes a cake. There's flour and starches in it.
Wouldn't it just be a pancake with bread in it?
Yeah, it would. It would. The idea of French toast is that you're making a custard and the bread soaks up that custard. So yeah, I was reading about toppings because as I was going through French toast. Of course, you Google it and you get all these recipes, and it's amazing some of the things that people put on their French toast that I would never think of. Chocolate sauce, agave syrup, cane syrup. I've just always been maple syrup person, but I don't know that I would care for chocolate sauce. Maybe if I'm making a chocolate version of French toast. Let me think about that. But
Could wait.
what?
Couldn't you make like French toast points? You cut them in triangles and do it as a little appetizer. Sure. Maybe make them a little crisper than normal.
Well, and
then people can dip in it.
It's funny because that crossed my mind today as I was getting ready for this. I thought, yeah, French toast appetizer. Why not? Well, if you think about it, when you go to a Chinese restaurant, if you order the shrimp toast, guess what? That's kind of a French toast too, because the toast points are dipped into this mixture of egg whites and shrimp and flavorings and things, and then it's fried. So,
I know he wasn't going to let this one go.
What? Banana French toast with a chocolate drizzle. Yes, Kevin. I know, you talked about
Kenzie.
that earlier. But it's still Kevin.
I know.
Our son.
But we know who eats it.
Well, probably Kevin too. Yeah, that's a good idea, Kev. I just didn't think of it when I was getting ready for this. Margie, once I purchased an electric griddle, my French toast cooking went up to a new level. Yeah, and these are great because you generally get an even heating. You get a nice wide service. And once you learn where the hot and cold spots are, if there are any, yeah, you can knock stuff out because you can just leave it sit here. It turns itself on and off to maintain temperature. These are great. How are we on time? Oh, we still got time left.
We got lots of time.
Okay. So what else about French toast? To me, it's the bread that makes the French toast, right? Because if you have some flimsy, flibbity white bread or something icky like whole wheat, it's not going to be a very good experience. And yes, dear.
Director's privilege?
Just take the...
No.
Okay. Is that good?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Cheese needs to melt a bit more, but yeah, it's good.
Yes, dear. Welcome to my world. Anyway, to me, the bread makes the French toast. Now, I have seen people use like banana breads or cakes, cinnamon rolls. As I said, croissants. We've been experimenting with that. So yeah, you can, again, go in a million different directions. Sourdough, yes, Kevin, especially if you're going to go into a savory application, which you very easily could. If you're going to make it an appetizer or a first course. And that's something where we would say pain perdu. Sorry, Chris Hagen, if you're watching, my French is terrible. So I know you'll show me some grace. Love French toast, but always feel guilty eating all those carbs from Kelly. Yeah, so it's funny. I will, every Saturday we go to a diner and I say, I'm not going to get French toast. And then it comes time to order and I panic and I order French toast with sausage. And I usually justify that to myself by saying, I'm going to be on my feet all day. We've got all this stuff. I need a carbo load. The rare occasion that I don't order French toast and I get an omelet or something else.
Because it's a second try at a diner.
Not necessarily, but I usually regret it. And even if what I'm having is very good, there's usually some little part of me going, I want French toast.
I think someone hit your pet peeve coming up.
What? Yeah, I hate it when they put powdered sugar on my French toast. Yeah, I mean, I just don't see the point of it. It looks pretty, but it just adds sweetness, and I don't think you need all that extra sweetness, frankly. Though lately, some of our diners have not been doing that. Like the Amish market doesn't do that, which is nice. They give you 4 pounds of butter to put on it, but it's Amish market butter, so I'll take it.
You're saying the butter is bad.
I would never say butter is bad. It's blasphemy. So let's talk about a little Manny. I love it when the chefs on TV make weird versions of French toast and give it a fancy name. Right, like Pam Perdue. Let's talk about a savory French toast. And put this out of the way. We're going to try a savory one that came bubbling up in my twisted little brain. And yeah, we'll see how this works. We're going to be making garlic bread, cheesy French toast. How about that? How bad could it be? Truthfully.
Ooh, live experiment.
Live experiment.
What could possibly go wrong with this?
Where's the fire extinguisher? Usually when I experiment on things, now yes, I'm using what we call squeezed cheese. Bear with me. When I develop this recipe, I will use proper real Parmigiano Reggiano, blah, blah, blah. But for today, this will work. Besides, this is easier to get sometimes than a big chunk of Parmigiano. All right, oops. There we go. More than I needed. Oh well. That's all right. Put that aside. Again, start with some eggies. Into the bowl. Hopefully, this will work. Or at least we can say this has potential. Now, our son Kevin and his family are watching, Kevin and Emily, and Mackenzie, our granddaughter, and some of our other friends that may be watching, like Lance and Ken, if you're watching. You know, I have no problems experimenting on you. So, and especially our kids. They come to dinner almost every Sunday, and sometimes it's like, I was thinking today, I had an idea, and they go, okay, we'll eat it.
Marianne asks, do you prefer maple syrup or fruit on your French toast?
Generally, I am a maple syrup man. Pure maple syrup. Not the chemical stuff. But occasionally, you know, a nice fruit compote is nice. Once in a while. All right, so I've got some eggs and splash a half and half.
Hank says powdered sugar is all about eating with your eyes first.
No, and that's true, and it looks pretty. I just don't care for it. I'm going to try some garlic powder to put some garlic in. I didn't want to use fresh garlic in this application because I didn't want it to burn. So we'll use garlic powder. Maybe I could do this with roasted garlic. Who knows? Give this another whisk.
Kevin says experiments are fun, mostly.
Yeah, mostly.
Suzanne says she calls the experiments X-surprise.
Excellent. All right. Well, you know, I have these ideas, and clearly maybe some of you do too. You know, you're driving to work, or you're laying in bed and you can't sleep, or you're doing something completely different, like doing laundry or working or something, and then you go, wait, what if I took, yeah. Or maybe that's just me. I don't know.
In this house, it usually starts with, honey, go get a bottle of wine. I got an idea.
Yeah. Need a little more garlic. I can smell it, but I want a little more. Want a little more. So as I was thinking about this recipe, I've been thinking, you know, when we do it for real, if we can develop it properly, we'll use fresh parsley and all that other good stuff, and maybe rub the bread with garlic. But, you know, today is just this popped into my head.
Okay, here's an idea. I'm sure Kevin's going to try this now.
AJ, I make French toast on the grill in the summer. It is amazing. All right, Kevin, my son, that's great, AJ. So how about, Kevin, you develop, how about a French toast kebab on the grill? How about that? We can go sweet. You could do it with grilled fruits. You go savory with grilled sausages
sounds like a challenge.
Yeah.
See if he accepts it.
Yeah. Throw down. Now for this, we're going to use some Italian bread. So I just bought a small Italian loaf, kind of like a hoagie roll, a little bigger. I cut it kind of thick. I'm going to put that there. Let's get this out of the way. All right, so you can all see what I'm doing. Okay. A little more butter.
Paula Dean would be so proud of you.
Some bread into that custard. Get it good and soaked up. Come on. Soaky, soaky. Now, generally, I haven't mentioned yet, but generally, or originally, French toast is better when it's made with stale bread. And that's how people started using it, because they wouldn't want to waste bread. And they found that dipping it in a custard was a way to extend the bread, make a tasty, healthy dish. All right, got that soaked. And we're just going to dip it into this cheese. I mean, how bad can that be?
See, there's a disadvantage of all these microphones. Now you get to hear when I mess up over here.
Right onto our butter. So hopefully this will give us a nice kind of a cheesy crust.
And this really is an experiment. He
It
has
is.
not made this before.
Yeah, that's why earlier, dear, I said, you have no idea what I have planned. Did you?
So I guess then it has to start with wine. I can open a bottle right now.
This would be good with a nice red wine. Hopefully it'll be good with a nice red wine. It could be an epic fail.
All right, Kevin says challenge accepted.
All right.
French toast with sausage and pineapple kebabs.
But French toast kebabs with sausage and pineapple? Is that what you're saying? Or are you going to make sausage and pineapple kebabs separately? So I'm wondering, people out there watching in TV land, if you were to make a savory version of French toast, what would you do? All right, we're going to give these a few minutes, let that cheese start to melt and get crispy.
Well, speaking of that, we already have an answer from Colleen.
My mom made a French toast casserole that she would make at the holidays. Yeah, and you know, that's another great way to do it. And they can set that way in the oven. And I've done that too. It's great because most of those recipes you can assemble it the night before, and then you get up on that holiday morning, or if you have a bunch of people staying over or up at your campsite or wherever and you want to feed them and get them out, you pull that out of the fridge, you pop it in the oven, and there you go. You've one pot to feed however many people. All right. Let's clear the decks a bit.
All right. Penny says the bread makes the French toast. I use Pepperidge Farm cinnamon swirl.
Sure.
I can see that, but my sweetness meter would be off the wall.
Well, maybe if we use ones with raisins, which I love raisins, so I would eat that. But I think just regular cinnamon swirl isn't that sweet, dear. It's not any different than when you put cinnamon in the batter.
And of course, we know about this one because the boozy French toast is based on this.
Hoagie roll sliced in half. The soft center soaks up the egg, and the outside gets nice and crispy. Exactly. Exactly. All right.
And if you look at this picture of the boozy French toast, that's exactly what that is.
Rolls, yep.
It's hoagie rolls just sliced. Now, it sounds like he does it the long way. We did it the short way, but
right.
they're kind of fun.
Uh-huh. All right.
Cookie, cookie, cook.
Look. Brown, golden, crusty. Let's flip you over. Oh, yeah. Yeah, dear. Why don't you open a bottle of wine?
Okay, I'll put you on camera, stall.
Put me on camera. I'll do a time step.
Okay, I think we have to go for a screw top because I'm time to uncork.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, you know what? I'll uncork.
I don't have time to do an uncork, but I'll uncork. We got 10 minutes, dear.
I know they can hear me back here, so I will be quiet.
If you can't hear him, it's okay if you can. It's all right, dear. What are you opening?
I'll let you know when I get there.
Oh. Now, do we have any plates left? Yeah. All right. It's big plates. That's okay. So this is very exciting to me. I think there may be potential here. I need some tongs.
No, we don't have any pourers down here.
No, we don't. We only have 2 pourers. Okay, that needs a few more minutes. Yeah. Yep.
All right.
All right.
All right, Dad, move over.
Hold on. What are we opening? Oh, Sanino.
We have a Petite
Verdot.
Here we go.
Verdot.
Let's turn it the right way.
French people, how do you say it? All right. Thank you, mon petit.
We're not alcoholics just because we had a cocktail. Now we're having wine at
So-
almost 4:30 in the afternoon.
But here's the fun thing. I've been getting over, I'm still working my way through an inner ear infection that hit me Christmas night. So this is like the first real alcohol I've had since Christmas. It's been a dry January, but the good news is, even
Made
though
it for both of us.
he made it for both of us, I'm on very strong antibiotics, so I'm good. It's a little wobbly on my feet sometimes, but anyway, I've lost over 10 pounds. No booze for 2 weeks. Yeah. All right, I think these are done. Nice and crispy. 2 for you, 2 for me. I'll bring that over.
I still have the sandwich I stole over here.
Yeah, well, you know, and I'll tell you. So here we go. Here we go.
Guess we're not having dinner tonight.
Over for you. You might be taking me out to dinner tonight.
Oh, okay, I could do that.
Yeah.
I don't need much of an excuse.
I know.
Hey, Kevin, you want to go to the Telford tonight?
All right, let's give this a try. See how it is.
Well, hold on.
So, golden.
Let's get the right split
crispy.
screen going here.
It's very hot on my little fingers. Oh, yeah.
It's interesting.
It has potential.
I'm liking it. It needs to be cooked a little longer. The center is still a little bit too jellyish.
For you,
Then you got to figure out how to cook it longer without burning the outside.
we can finish it in the oven. Oh, yeah.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, we can finish it in the oven.
Yeah. All right.
So I guess we're going to the Telford tonight.
Well, we'll see, dear. I was kidding.
I'm not.
Yeah, well, who's paying for that? So,
American
cheers
Express.
to it. Yeah. Cheers to an experiment gone well. All right, so we'll be developing this. So we're going to think we're going to be eating a lot of garlic bread coming up, dear. So buckle up. You too, waistline. You too. Yeah, this has great potential. Agreed. Soaking the bread a little more, finishing the oven to really get it cooked all the way through.
I think you already answered this, but
How about croissant toasted bread? Yeah, we did. But I think to use croissants, you need to use really good croissants. Not the kind you get maybe from your local supermarket unless they have a really good bakery. I would go to a proper bakery and get croissants. All right, let's turn that off. So we've had a first today. I want to smell vanilla. Excuse me. I want to smell vanilla in my French toast. Okay, yeah. And I use vanilla in my normal French toast, but you could intensify that. You could put a vanilla bean in. Take the little seeds out.
I think I know who sent this one in.
How do you make French toast sticks rather than buying them frozen? It's a kid thing. It's easy. You just cut the bread into those sticks. You get a big loaf of bread, like maybe a bread round, or a loaf that you can cut yourself that's not pre-sliced. And you cut them that way. Cut it, like this thick into little soldiers, little rectangles.
Couldn't you make it just full size and then just slice it after the fact, after you've cooked it?
You could, but it would be better to slice them first and soak them and then cook them. So you get the crispiness all the way around.
Hank's got to run. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
All right. Thanks, Hank. Yeah, we're getting close to that time, dear. So we've had our first today. I cooked 3 things live, one of which was an experiment. I hope you enjoyed it. What's coming up next on Let's Celebrate TV, dear? I love having fried bananas with my French toast. Yeah, apparently you and my son. That's a great thing, though. You could do French toast bananas Foster, right? Little rum, flambe it. Delicious.
Okay, and of course, inquiring minds always want to know.
Right. Holidays were fine, other than getting sick Christmas night. They were fine. We had a good time. Saw just enough of the family to be all warm and fuzzy, but not enough where we were fighting and bickering and stuff like that. Christmas Day itself was great. We had Chatty BH. What was that?
I would assume that's high.
Oh, hi. Have we had any Facebookers in, or has it all been YouTube today?
I think it's all YouTube, but let me look. Yep, it's no Facebookers today.
Wow. Any of our other regulars in today?
I don't know.
Nancy and Phil, are you out there?
Don't
Ted and
know.
Jerry? Lance and Ken? Oh.
So why don't you talk about the 2 that maybe we'll film tonight or tomorrow?
So we have 2 coming up. One is a Moroccan vegetable ragu. And this is a wonderful thing. This time of year, after the holidays, we all want to eat lighter, but we want warm, comforting, filling food that warms us up. And I came across this recipe in an old cookbook, and I've been ignoring it for years. And I thought, let me look at this. It's delicious and it's super easy to make. And so it's Be Kind to Vegetarians Week. It's one of the things that you can make it. It's technically is vegan, and you serve it over couscous, which has its own other flavoring. So there's 2 recipes there. This Moroccan vegetable ragu, and then this couscous with oranges and nuts and spices and things. So there's 2 there. We're also working on redoing our stuffed pepper episode. We did stuffed peppers, I think, in year 1. It didn't do that well, so we're going to redo it. And I'm going to switch it up a little bit, change the recipe a little. But again, it's one of those things this time of year, you can still get pretty decent peppers, and it's one of those warming foods that you could take in a vegetarian direction if you wanted. You could make it vegetarian, vegan. You could make it regular with meat. So it's pretty versatile, and it's a fun, dramatic thing to serve. Now, did we decide on a new live stream, dear? Dixie's always here. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, Dixie and Phil.
Oh,
Cheers
Kevin's
to that.
right. Facebook is not streaming. I just
Oh.
looked at it.
Spooty old
Facebook is telling us there's an error. Oh, well.
Oh well. Never mind.
We'll figure it out later. No, we have not figured out what we're doing for our next live stream.
All right. Well, we will in the next couple days, and we'll announce it. So I think we can just about wrap this up. It's 4:30, 4:29, if you must know, according to my Fitbit. I think we can about wrap it up. I hope you have enjoyed this silly live stream today. And we will be seeing you soon. We're back on this. This actually kicks off our season number 6. Yep, 6 years we've been doing this. So this is our 6th season. Like I said, I've been feeling under the weather, but I'm getting better. So we'll be pumping out some episodes.
And if we get 2,000 more views this week, we will hit 800,000 views.
Yep.
By the way, don't forget to go down and hit the like button in today.
Yep.
And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe.
And if you haven't yet, sign up for our newsletter too. And then we get all these recipes and these things in your inbox. All right, we'll hang out in chat for a few more minutes. So Happy New Year to all, and we will see you next time. Cheers.